See what else we find in here. Boy, look at that one. It's got the big spines on its back. Yeah, and there's been an opening made in the side of it. Looks like someone's dissected some of this one for some reason.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say exactly why, but I think as I've gotten into it more, I've realized that there's so much you can tell about an animal by looking at the bones. You can tell the age, sometimes you can tell the sex, you can tell if it's been injured or if it's had diseases during its life, and really you can learn an awful lot about animals that normally animals usually don't see. But by looking at bones and skulls and things that are left behind, you can get a lot of information. The museum really started when Morton Elrod came here in the late 1890s. And he was the very first biology professor at the university. And there was a very small faculty and a small number of students, but he was brought on to teach all the biological courses. So he brought some specimens with him from his work in the Midwest. And that was kind of the foundation for the museum. And we still have those specimens here today. These things are used in university courses. So there's an entire course on mammals, there's an entire course on birds, there's a whole course on teaching fish. And all those courses rely heavily on these collections. So if you imagine taking a course on birds, if you can't actually look at a bird, you're not going to learn as much. So UM's lucky to have a collection of this size where these specimens can be taken out to the teaching labs and students can use them to look at. We always have issues with pest control. We have to watch out for insects getting in the collection. And we do a lot of preparation work too on the new specimens that come in. We have our preparation lab down the hall where we do taxidermy, we do skeletal preparation, and we have our flesh-eating beetle colony, which prepares skeletons for us. They're called dermestid beetles, which means flesh-eating or skin-eating. And they're found here in nature, and they kind of they do the cleanup work. So after the maggots come in and take care of all the soft tissue, then these guys come in and clean up all the dried muscle bits that are left. Well, we're running out of space quickly. If we get objects like we just got some moles in, it's like things that are too good to turn down. We'll find some place to stick them, but our main problem is that we're not going to be able to grow in the near future. And museums are designed to grow. They're designed to continue building the collections and continuing building on the strengths that we have. And the other issue with space is that we're getting damage on specimens. Things are too tight in the drawers, and the skulls line up on the shelves are so close together that you bump them when you try to lift one out. So not only we're not going to be able to grow, but we're not going to be able to properly take care of what we have if we don't get some kind of increased space.